So Marvel and Disney might be running into some problems on the set of Black Panther 2, because Letitia Wright is apparently being open about her opinions on the vaccine, and already the mob want her gone. They don't even know what she said, but yeah, no, she's got to go. They want her replaced just because of her controversial thoughts. So the media's already on the case with the whole anti-vax rhetoric. But I can imagine all it is she wants to make a decision on her own. And as we know, in 2021, that's dangerous thinking, according to some. But Disney does have a mandate, so it's a possibility that they will fire her. So much for Disney's inclusion, I guess. But let's get into some of this anyway. Black Panther Wakanda Forever has been filming for several months now, and its potential lead star has already been through the ringer in more ways than one. She signed a multi-picture deal with Marvel Studios to continue on as T'Challa's sister Shuri, starting with her fourth MCU appearance in the upcoming Black Panther sequel. So they go into how, I think it was last year where she was basically just asking questions, and that was dangerous as well, apparently. And then she was obviously hospitalized from, injuries. But in a new report from The Hollywood Reporter regarding Hollywood's division over the COVID-19 vaccine, Black Panther Wakanda Forever star Letitia Wright was singled out for publicly sharing anti-vaccine ideals online. Now, we already know they've changed the meaning of what fucking anti-vax is, so it doesn't even mean anything at this fucking point. The report elaborated on Wright's opposition to the vaccine, stating that a set source on the Black Panther 2 production claims that Wright was espousing her views about the vaccine on set in Atlanta. The Hollywood Reporter explained that this is likely in response to Disney's new company-wide sticker system that requires proof of an individual's status. This stipulation was part of the agreement between the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers and Hollywood's unions that allowed the industry to keep running amid the ongoing pandemic. The new guidelines state that Disney will require a wristband to identify a fully vaccinated individual. Those who are not vaccinated against it will not wear a wristband. But at this point, it's clarified that this does not apply to any project already in production, which would include Letitia Wright's Black Panther Wakanda Forever. So she's going to be in this film, but it seems like they could fire her at some point. So they go on about this some time ago when she was talking about this, and she had Don Cheadle on her case and everything like that. With her new Marvel contract in mind, Wright is putting a lot on the line as she openly disagrees with Disney's new guidelines. And although the House of Mouse stayed on the sideline when the Wakanda Forever star took to Twitter to express her concerns, things may look different for right now that the company has an official plan in place as they continue to navigate through the ongoing pandemic. So I don't really see what the problem is. Someone apparently says that she said so. They haven't even said what the fuck she said. That's the thing. And already people are on a case. Because it's almost like that certain people think they own other people's thoughts and opinions. So as soon as they all shout the slogans and all that, and then as soon as someone steps out of that, it's like, no, they've got to go. Like we've seen that happen with Nicki Minaj. They lose their shit as soon as someone goes off on their own and has their own thought or opinion. That's a no. So we'll dive in and see some of the comments that are coming up. Yeah, she's def getting fired soon. Otherwise, we're going to have another Aquaman 2 on our hands. Damn, that's crazy. Anyways, put M'Baka as the new Black Panther. Does she really need to be the new Black Panther? So you even got like someone said, fire her. Fire her! She's willing to put her co-workers at risk if she didn't get vaccinated. So they're already trying to recast her on their own. So Alexandra Shipp as Shuri, because I'm looking forward to it. Someone says, keep digging your grave. You're working in one of the most coveted franchises of all time, and this is what you do with it. Chadwick Boseman would be ashamed. This is exactly why I'd rather have either M'Baku, Okoye, Ayo, or Nakia take on the mantle of Black Panther mantle in Black Panther Wakanda Forever instead of Shuri. So now he's labeled. Now she's a transphobe. We don't want a transphobic anti-vaxxer as the next Black Panther, and Marvel needs to fire her for Black Panther 3 now. So where's the transphobic? Now that's been added into it. I think as the thing goes, they just start adding things into it. Right, add homophobe, now add racist in there. I'm sure there's someone that said she's racist. So can we get maybe Killmonger, or M'Baku, etc. to take the Black Panther mantle instead? Killmonger's the villain. They're that insane that they want the villain to be the hero. That's disappointing. I loved her. Well, her career was fun while it lasted. Screw comic book accuracy and make Danny Guerrera the new Black Panther. We love an intelligent, beautiful, pro-vax queen. You mean you love someone that agrees with you? That's what you mean to say. If she stepped out and said something you didn't like, oh, get her fired, cancelled. So when are they recasting? Ain't nobody got time for this foolishness. So as you can see, people they're desperate to get rid of her. I don't know why it affects them so much, someone making their own decision. But I mean, this just goes to the whole thing that all these people, they scream all these fucking slogans, but when it really comes down to it, we only like you if you agree with us. If you don't agree with us, then now you've got white privilege. Or now you're a white supremacist. I mean, that's what kind of world we live in. We live in a world where a black guy gets called a white supremacist. That's how far gone it is. But I'm guessing with a whole mandate that Disney have, they might get rid of her. Unless they're probably trying to change her mind and all that. But all this just for apparently she said something, but nobody knows and nobody said what it is. They've just said, oh, it's just anti-vax rhetoric. But with this whole thing in Hollywood, it's a lot more divided than we think it would be. Because they're trying to push the whole mandate thing in there, so there is like a sort of war going on about that. But it will be interesting to see if they do fire her. But it's not really looking good if they've... She'll be alright for Black Panther 2, but when it comes to the next films, I don't know. But there's also contractual agreements, so I don't know what way it could go with this. But yeah, it even says here she fired her representatives in the wake of the backlash against her, the last time she was speaking about it. So we'll have to wait and see what comes of this. She'll probably be alright for the next year or so. Or unless she just fucking leaves. I'd advise her to leave. Go and work with Gina Carano or something. That's what you're better off doing. It seems like a waste of time working for fucking Disney anyway. And Marvel. It's like you might as well... You'd be better off just leaving. If people are like this and Disney are like this, fuck them. Just go, oh, well, I'll go fucking somewhere else then. That's what I would advise. But at the end of the day, she shouldn't have to. But so we'll have to wait and see. But that's all I've got to say on that anyway. So if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.